Rosenthal on the right, Adam Rockwood in the middle, and Corey Mackin on the left with Mark Biega and Zach Cotter on the back end. Vernon countering with their most offensive unit in the playoffs. Sparrow, Pursley, Mulcahy, Bryan on the back end with Riley Gunther, who's back in the lineup. And Game 4, the Fred Page Cup Final, is underway. The lead pass into the Vernon blue line. Sparrow playing it back toward Josh Bryan. Lead feed to Mulcahy. He'll play it up through center ice on the side of the express line. And Biega will flip it up ahead. Bryan with the puck up the right wing for Mulcahy. And he'll backhand the puck into the express zone. Dayfield out of his net. Lays it up for Biega. Takes a hit. Gets it through to Adam Rockwood. He has some time and space and now starts up. Now to Biega with room to lead the rush to center. He'll tip it in the corner for Rosenthal to race after, but Bryan gets there first. Played at the board, knocked down by Mackin, who sends it down into the corner. And it's topped around to the far side. Here's Colton Sparrow. Tipping it off the wall, but Cannon Peters there to take the puck as the Express start their first change. Vernon doing so as well. Lead feed goes astray by Hodder, and the Express are called for an icing 54 seconds into the first period.
And with that, we'll quickly get into the scratches. No changes for the Express. Same lineup as last night, not dressed. Not dressed for the Vernon Vipers, Ken Citron, as Gunther goes back into the lineup tonight.
Zach Hodder with the puck starting out of his own zone for the Express. Hodder at the wheel. Gains red line and slides it into the Vernon zone. Smith out of his goal. Keep-handed the clearing attempt, but Wilson will fire in the middle, but he gave it away to Bo Pieper. Now to Cannon. 2 seconds, one-timer, this one. Now he fires a shot, and a glove save by Smith. And he'll hold on to it for a whistle. First good scoring chance for the Express.
Well, a good shot by Joey Santucci. Quick glove by Adams. Of Logan Mick, Domiso, and Hanoun.
Rest with the face-off. Biega. Rosenthal trying to dance in. Rosenthal getting into the net, jamming at it. And Smith got the pad down and made the save. Puck loose behind the Vernon goal. Dylan Chanter with a puck. He scored last night, the opening goal of the game. Getting it to center. And Hanoun will roll it into the Express zone. Dayfield streaming the puck around the board. Shot down by D'Amico Hanoun. His pass did escape. Now we'll take it down to the end wall. Rockwood will poke it free to the far side. Now Sharbankel's shot, that's hit wide to the Express goal. Hanoun battling with Ryan Rosenthal. Hanoun falls. And the puck comes free to Biega. Up to Zach Hodder. Has Mackin ahead of the plane to get to the puck. Corey Mackin on the breakaway. Stopped by Austin Smith. Big save for Smith there. He's had a couple of good ones early in this game. Here's Biega with the puck. On his backhand. Fires. And a pad save by Smith. Good jump of the Express in the opening 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Here's Rockwood with the steal. For Rosenthal, he'll kick it in, and the Express will start a change. Bryan. Riley Gunther returning it to Bryan behind his own goal. The Express complete their change, setting up their third line of Hennig, Lamont, and Cody Boyd. Gunther. His clearing attempt partially blocked. Now he gets it through and dancing on the right wing is Pavlovsky trying to cut him on goal, but he couldn't get a backhand shot away. Now he'll send it down into the corner. Puck loose behind the net. Marks with it for the Express. His pass is blocked by Blacklock, but he gets some help from Whiteley, and he'll flip it off the glass down the ice into the Vernon zone. And this will be an icing. But certainly the jump that the Express has shown in this first period is very, very promising.
Well, that would have been a nice one if the Express had him. Corey Mackin had found a way to beat Austin Smith, as he made a very good blocker save, going high on the blocker side. Best chance for Coquitlam early here in the first period.
Face off to the left of Gordy Day. And he'll set up shop and now start over behind his own goal. To Cameron Marks, who will lead the rush for the Express. He'll gain the red line and tip it into the Vernon zone, a bounce around to the far side. Brent there gives a bump by Lamont, heading in there as well, trying to help out. Now puck centered out in front, comes to Marsh and tips it towards the goal. Smith is down with his point. Campbell for it, number 2 is like he scores! Smith never found it between his legs and dribbled in, and Jake Hennig gives the Express their first 1-goal lead to start the game.
jamming in front of the net. And finally, Hennig gets it and bounces it past Austin Smith. He just couldn't find it in all that traffic that was out there. And the Express go up early and open the scoring for the first time in this series.
Third goal of the playoffs for Jace Hennig. How? We talked about the importance of that first goal. How does it have an impact on this game now? How do the Express respond? How does Vernon respond? That's the question going forward.
That will be a huge, huge question.
But the Express have had a fantastic start, and they've been rewarded with the first goal of the night. On Jace Hennig's third goal of the playoffs. Citronio trying to play it around. Now for Candace. Trying to play it up for Bo. That's broken up. Now Michael McNicholas with it for Vernon. Dancing into the Express zone. First shot off the leg and wide. Now comes towards the front. And it's swatted away. Now a lead feed for Bo Peeper at center. He'll chip it off the wall for Cannon. Now for Santucci, but the play is offside at the blue line. As Santucci tried to drag his leg and allow Cannon to chip it in, but the play was offside.
So come outside the blue line.
Unassisted marker for Jace Hennig. And Express have a goal from their third line. Throughout the course of the playoffs, that third line is providing some key goals at some key times. And definitely the first goal of the game is a key one. Puck at the Vernon line. Logan Mick with the puck. Sending it around for Dylan Chanter. Under some pressure from Rosenthal. Bumps him off the puck, but DeMonso takes control for Vernon. Left wing feed for Mick. Bounces off his stick. Potter trying to play it up ahead. Now Mackin dumping it into the Vernon zone. Rockwood racing after it. He gets control of the puck. Drop pass. Mackin. Wade. Feeds it in front. Rosenthal had it bounce off his skate. Now it's played out third center right. Here's Hanoun trying to get on a breakaway. Biega trying to catch him. Hanoun couldn't get a shot away. And Biega tied up his stick. Good defensive play by the Express defenseman. Now Hodder from the boards. Trying to wheel out for the Express. Shielding it off a check. He fell to the ice and Vernon will take control. As we approach the 5-minute mark in the first period, 1-0 Express leading. Now Hanoun had a pass to him in the skates, and Rockwood takes control for the Express. Rockwood to Zach Hodder as the Express settle things down. Now Mackin takes a pass and hits in the Vernon zone. The Express start to change, sending out their third line. Ryan from behind his net. The right wing feed to Gunther. Cross ice left wing for Blacklock with some speed. Mason Blacklock, wrist shot, put it 2 feet wide of the goal. And it'll bounce up through center ice to Ryan Renz. Good pace here to start this first period. Statchuk tipping into the Express line. Broken up by Marks. Now it's tipped into the Express zone where Whiteley has control. Whiteley, lead feed for Cody Boyd trying to split the knee. He's hauled down. No call. And now the play goes offside at the Express blue line.
Great opportunity. Sprung a second Express this period as Vernon got back just in time to break that up.
Well, we've seen a couple of occasions so far here tonight. The Express trying to fire the puck up the middle of the ice and spring a breakaway. And now the Express third line of Smith, Lang, and Cressy gets an opportunity to play now. They didn't see a lot ice last night in game number 3. I guess playing with a 1-goal lead gives them more of an opportunity to get some ice as well. And they go to work in the Vernon zone. Send it behind the net. Smith giving his man a bump along the inboards. It's Statchuk. Renz trying to dig it free along with Lang for the Express. Smith comes out of the traffic with the puck. He'll feed the line. Saunders descending down the boards, and the shot is deflected over top of the net. Now Statchuk giving a hard bump by Lang. Now down the boards. Puck tied up in skates. And it slips up ahead and is poked outside the line, knocked down by Cotronio, and he'll carry back into the Vernon zone. And the Express will get a change in with a good 45 seconds of ice for the Express fourth line. Now Vernon will tip the puck into the Express zone. Dayfield setting it up for Mark Whiteley as Vernon changes as well. Cameron Marks, lead feed to Bo with Santucci on his right. Bo gains the Vernon line, feeds Cannon, closing and fires, and he missed on the glove side. Bounces to the line, and Mulcahy will start back for Vernon. He has Sparrow with him. Puck rolled in deep in the Express zone. Sparrow first on the puck. Give it a bump there by Welly. Centering pass in front. And a nice stick save by Dayfield off of Pursley. Back to the Express. Here's Cannon. Gains the Vernon line. Fires the shot. That didn't get through to the goal. Wilson plays around and takes the hit from Santucci. Now pokes back to the end board. Santucci centers it out in front. It comes all the way out through center ice. And the Express are conscious to not touch the puck on the back end to not be caught with too many men. Now the Express complete their change up front. 7:15 gone in the first period. 1-0 Express lead here in Game 4. Rockwood knocking down a pass. Bring it up for Rosenthal. Rosenthal fires! And I think Smith man got a shoulder on it and steered it out of play.
That was a great opportunity for the Express as they get down low, but the speed and the jump that the Express have to start this game is what they ended the game with last night. They've come out here flying tonight.
Rockwood will take the face-off against McNicholas to the right of the Vernon goal. Rockwood wins it cleanly. Viega moving down the left boards. He also made a good play defensively earlier in this period. Plays it in front. And Mackin couldn't get a shot away. Now puck chopped around on the near side. Potter stepping up. Trying to poke it down to Mackin in the corner. Mackin has Rosenthal in front. Feed the line. Potter in the middle. Snapshot hit away. Comes to Rosenthal. Backhand shot. And it went through the crease. Potter hitting it down the boards to Mackin. Turning at the circle. He'll just play it down deep. Renz with the puck for Vernon. Under some pressure from Potter. And now Dexter Danks comes up with it and starts up for Vernon. Right wing feed to Coughlin. He'll gain the Express line. Coughlin cutting wide on Mackin. Fires the shot, and Dayfield got a shoulder on that. Coughlin with it again. Battling in the corner. Danks in there as well. Puck tied up in skates. Rockwood poking it free. And now he'll start out for the Express and lead the rush. With Rosenthal on his right. Rockwood gains the line. Cutting wide. Stopping at the half mark. Plays it in front. And Ryan Renz will intercept that and start the other way for the Vipers. He'll gain the red line and backhand the puck in the Express zone and race in after it. Dayfield playing it around for Jace Heddig as Vernon has made some changes. Heddig forcing the puck outside the line and Vernon will regroup. Hanoun turning away from the pressure of Boyd. Left wing feed to Mechel will tip it into the Express zone. Lamont racing back for it against Mechel on the end wall. They bump Cotonio in there as well. Now poked around to the far side. Beck leaving it there. Taken away by Brendan Lamont. Trying to spin away from Hanoun. Now Cotonio will poke it up the right wing for Cody Boyd. Now to Lamont who will force it outside the line. Wilson hits up in, bounces down to Jace Heddig. Bounces up and check, but Wilson gets the puck back and will wheel into the Express zone on the right wing. He'll stop, but he can't get past Marks to poke the puck off his stick. Now Marks with it behind the Express goal. Turning away from the pressure of DeMonso. Now he'll slow things down behind the Express net with 9:35 gone in the first period. Marks through center. Now to Lamont in the Vernon zone. He'll try and dish it off. Get it to Boyd. Will take it off the corner boards. He's given a bump. And Vernon takes control and will start the other way. Right wing feed beyond the reach of Pavlovsky. And Whiteley will control in the zone. Play it up to the Vernon line to Brendan Lamont. Trying to force it into the Vernon zone as the Express start to change. Peter Brothers have come off the bench and soon to be joined by Santucci. Now Marks with it at center ice. Dumping it into the Vernon zone. He took a hit from Pavlovsky. Riley Gunther back to the puck being pressured by Santucci. Now Cannon trying to help out on the forward check behind the goal. Cannon kicking it up the boards for Bo Pieper. Turning at the circle. Trying to cut in the slot. Now he'll play it down for Brother Cannon. Cannon to Santucci trying to chop it in front. That was broken up and is forced outside the line. Now dumped in by Whiteley. Right in on goal to Austin Smith. And he'll send it up behind his own goal for Riley Gunther. Gunther being lost by Cannon. Right wing feed and Brian will chip it out through center ice. And here's the hard truck. Trying to roll it into the Express zone. Can't get it past Viega. And Bo Pieper will turn it the other way for the Express. Bo gains the Vernon line on the right wing. Blows up a shot. And that one off the leg of Statchuk and wide. Viega fires. The blocker saved by Smith. Now Santucci sending it around to the near corner. Statchuk playing it around. And Pursley will slide it out through center ice. Pass in the middle, picked off. Here's Sparrow looking in first shot. That went high and over top of the goal. Sharp angle shot. And that missed the target as well. Now Bo's pass for Cannon does the work. Here's Sparrow with the puck in the Express zone. He'll dish it off, and it went through the feet of Mulcahy. Now he centers it, a pass saved by Dayfield. Off of Pursley. Puck comes to Renz. He'll play to an open corner. Mulcahy with his shot. That's blocked by Viega. Now sent behind the goal. Sparrow looking to center. He'll feed the line. Statchuk with his shot through traffic. And that's not down in front. And the puck's cleared to the glass. Mulcahy sending it behind the goal to Sparrow. Pursley's in front. But that's broken up, and Hodder will play it up for Bo Peeper. He'll take a look and just flip it out through center ice. But Vernon will turn it back as the Express came. Pursley, Sparrow, shot well wide of the goal. Rockwood off the bench for the Express. Retreating behind his own net. Now he'll flip it up for Biega with room. Lead feed onto the right wing for J.D. Catronio. He'll muscle it into the Vernon zone. Lost it in his feet, and the Vipers will clear it out through center ice. Rockwood laying it back for Saunders with 8 minutes remaining in the first period. 1-0 Express lead here in Game 4. Rockwood knocking a pass out of the air at center. Trying to chip it into the Vernon zone. Can't do so. Now Dexter Danks with it for the Vipers. Has Michael McNicholas on his left, but the play is offside. And what has been a very fast-paced first period so far, and the Express leading 1-0.
Get your glass of water. Oh, they did. They had a very good shift. That one shift that they went out there, and it was all in the offensive zone for the Express.
And that's what that line had done all season long when they were effective. How many times have we commented throughout the course of the year? How many shifts have the Express fourth line spent in the offensive zone throughout the course of the year, providing valuable minutes? Now Henning dumping the puck into the Vernon zone. Smith lost the handle of it behind the goal, stolen by Boyd. Center's out in front, but Vernon intercepts the centering pass intended for Lamont. Now battle for it in the corner. Wilson sending it around to Dylan Chanter. He'll flip it off the glass, a bounce to the Express line. Saunders across to Catronio. Turning away from McNicholas. Catronio, his centering attempt is blocked. Now flipped around for Lamont on the right wing. He'll backhand it out through center. Bryan copying it to an open wing. Now Liam Coughlin will chip it into the Express zone. 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Play it around for Lamont. He'll let it go. Comes to Bryan with a shot. Dayfield saw that all the way and took it right in the logo and makes the save.
And holds on. He got a little whack from McNicholas and said something to McNicholas. Now he's talking to one of the referees. 6:53 to go here in the first period. 1-0 the Express lead.
Canada will take the face-off against TJ DeMonto. Vipers control. Here's Bryan at the left point. Looks, has a screen in front, fires a shot. Blocked by Santucci, who did well to get in the shooting lane. Now played behind the goal for Hanoun. DeMonto's in front. Hanoun moving up the boards in the Express zone. Trying to play down the wall, broken up by Cannon. Now Bryan in the line. Fires a screen shot, and Dayfield got a pad on that. Hart laying it around for Whiteley. Now for Cannon, there was room to start out with the Express. Cannon, left wing feed for both. Trying to tip it into the Vernon zone. Can't do so. And the Vipers will turn it back. Logan Mick, long slap shot, and Dayfield saw that in the glove and leaves it for Mark Whiteley. Shots are now 8-7 for the Express. Whiteley, let me get up ahead. Santucci now to Bow in the Vernon zone, but he turns around a bouncing puck, and the Vipers will turn it back. Here's Hanoun on the left wing. Hanoun closing in, wrist shot off the stick of Hodder and wide. Now Santucci hiding it out through center, shot back in by Statchuk. Vernon tags up on a delayed offside. The both teams change. Zach Hodder turning away from Colton Sparrow. Now Biega. Lead feed doesn't connect with Corey Mackin. And this will be an icing against the Express with 5:46 remaining in the first period.
Well, Mackin tried to get break through and just held up just a little bit by the defense and couldn't get to that puck.
A face-off coming to the right of the Express goal. Colton Sparrow to take the face-off against Adam Rockwood. Off the draw, Sparrow with his shot, and Dayfield got a piece of that. Now puck topped behind the goal. Sparrow centers out in front, and the puck bounces off a couple of skates, comes to Dayfield, and he covers it up for a whistle.
Just makes sure that he gets the face-off, and the Express get a chance to focus in their own zone. And now they're going to change and send up Boyd, Hennig, and Lamont. Whiteley and Marks on the back end.
Vipers win the face-off. Statchuk heading behind the Express goal for Sparrow. His centering pass intercepted by Chase Henning. Now to Cody Boyd through center. He'll dump it into the Vernon end of the ice. Smith out of his goal. Laying it around the board. Now Lamont trying to chop it in front. That's broken up, and back to the way is Brendan Pursley. Gains the Express line, fires a long shot. David the save, rebound in front. He is down, scramble for it, and the Express cleared outside the line. Vernon tags up. Now Sparrow sends it into the far corner in the Express zone. Whiteley turning away from Mulcahy. Gets it through to Chase Hennig. And he'll just advance the puck into the Vernon zone, but he did so from his own side of center. And this is another icing against the Express with 4:55 remaining in the first period.
And the Express third line is still out there, a little on the tired side. So face off as Blacklock, Shaharchuk, and Povolowski out there for Vernon.
Povolowski with it behind the Express goal. He'll feed the line to Jared Wilson. Just sending it down the boards. Wilson now fed it behind the Express goal. Marks with it. And they'll backhand it on the boards through center ice. Chandler trying to corral a bouncing puck and eventually lays it across to Wilson. Now to Saharchuk will dance through the Express zone, but he can't get past Potter. Blacklock follows up. He's given a bump by Boyd. Now fed back to the line. Wilson, his shot easily blocked. Now Viega will lift it up high. It lands inside the scoreboard.
Lands on top of the scoreboard. I thought it was going to go up and over the scoreboard and come down the other side.
So did I.
A hidden puck trick.
Yes.
Send them away. Pass goes over the scoreboard.
That puck will never be seen again.
Over the scoreboard, picked up in the offensive zone, nothing but net.
Till they replace the scoreboard in this building. It sure is a long time away. Here's Danks in the Express zone. Rolls it to the corner to McNicholas. Back down to the end wall to Dexter Danks. Moving up the boards in the Express zone. Feed the line. Bryan with a snapshot. That bounces down to the corner. Viega battling with Coughlin. Now Rockwood. He was tied up by Dexter Danks. Fans hollering for a penalty. None forthcoming. Now puck topped to behind the Express goal. Danks battling with Rockwood. Viega trying to help out. And Viega comes up with the puck. He'll flip it up the right wing. Rosenthal can't find it in his feet. Now Coughlin. Lost it to back and posted into the Vernon zone. Now it's cleared out through center. And in comes McNicholas in the Express zone. Trying to spin inside the line, but he lost the puck. Rockwood to Ryan Rosenthal in the Vernon zone on the right wing. Trying to cut in the middle. But Gunther cut him off. But Rosenthal steals the puck back. Rosenthal takes it behind the goal. Trying to walk in front. Rosenthal still with it. Now at the line. Turns. Sends it down into the corner. And cleared around the boards for Logan Mick. But he gave it away to Rosenthal. Trying to cut in the slot. But he lost it and McNicholas will turn it the other way. Now to Mick in the Express zone, cutting wide on Cotornio. Mick with speed, round behind the goal, trying to feed the line, but that's broken up. And the Express will turn it back. Here's Rosenthal late in his shift, and he'll just dump it in, and they will make a change. 2:50 remaining in the first period. Express leading 1-0 here in Game 4. Puck inside the line in the neutral zone, and in comes Bo Peeper in the Vernon end. Cutting wide on Hanu to push him to the ice and takes the puck. Now to Logan Mick. Dancing in the Express zone on the right wing. Backhand shot easily gloved by Dayfield, and he will hold on to that for a whistle.
Well, Vernon getting a bit of a push in the last 5 minutes or so. Getting some good pressure in the Express zone. Not able to get a lot of good quality shots, but a lot of pressure, a lot of hard forecheck in the Express zone by the Vernon Vipers.
Well, they're trying to go back to one of their staples so far in this series, get the puck in deep and try and grind the Express down below the circles. The Express has done a pretty good job so far managing that. Cameron Marks through center. Backhanding the puck into the Vernon zone. Lamont race in after it against the Hartchuck. They bumble on the end wall. Now Ren's trying to play it around the boards. Sparrow living up the right wing for Mulcahy. Express third line up against Vernon's top offensive unit. Mulcahy living into the Express line, knocked down by Whiteley. He'll gain the red line and shoot it back into the Vernon zone. He'll bounce to the far side. Heading. Given a bump there by Renz, and Lamont takes the puck. Center Boyd with the shot, and he slid it low and wide. Good chance for Cody Boyd. And now the puck is tipped into the Express zone, and this will be an icing. But the Express third line generating one of their better chances tonight.
Boyd let a good shot low and wide, but he didn't get all of it. But it was still a pretty effective shot, just wide of the post. Had some good speed on it, but I think you would have liked to have hit that one a little bit better. 1:50 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Express lead.
Rosenthal wins the draw. Hodder with his shot steered aside by Smith. Now Rosenthal from behind the Vernon goal. Moving up the left board. Now at the line. He'll whip it across. Adam Rosswood at the right circle. Back to Rosenthal. One-timer and it fluttered wide of the goal. They caught a piece of Statchuk. Now puck flipped down to the Express zone where Hodder will go back to the puck being lost by Pursley. Tipped up the wall but gave it away. Mulcahy plays it in front. Comes on goal. And a pass saved by Dayfield. Now the Express will turn it back. Here's Rosenthal. He'll roll it into the Vernon end. Smith out of his net. Takes a look. Backhands around the right wing side to Mulcahy. Lead feed in the left wing to Brendan Pursley. Trying to dance around Hodder. Pursley trying to cut in from his knees, but he lost the handle of the puck. Now Biega to Adam Rockwood. Now to Hodder will lead the rush into the Vernon zone. Hodder lost the handle as they move into the final minute of the first period. Puck flipped out through center ice. Will slide down into the Express zone. Santucci to J.D. Catronio. Trying to force up ahead to Rockwood. Now Bryant with the puck. He plays it across to Riley Gunther, and he has room to wheel out for Vernon. He'll gain the red line and flip it into the Express zone. Hayfield out of his net. Leaving it on the boards. Intercepted in the corner. Now plays this to Hardchuck, trying to play it in front. Now chopped around the boards to the line to Bryan. He'll just send it back deep into the Express zone. Mason Blacklock from the left boards, trying to cut in the middle. He's hauled down, and the puck is chopped down into the Vernon end of the ice. 18 seconds remaining in the period. Gunther playing it around. Gave it away. Cannon fires, and a save by Smith. Good chance for the Express there in the final minute. Last 10 seconds of the period, and a pass goes to Spray, and it slides into the Express zone. Marks to Whiteley, and that'll do it for the opening 20 minutes. Well, the script has been changed here in Game 4 here tonight so far. In the first 3 games, it was the Vernon Vipers with the lead. Here in Game 4 is the Express with the lead. 1-0 as they go to the dressing room after 20 minutes of play. Teams will start this second period at even strength 5-on-5. Rockwood, Mackinnon, Rosenthal start the period up front with Hodder and Biega on the back end. And we are back underway from the Poirier Sports and Leisure Complex with the puck flipped into the Express zone. Loose behind the net, centering pass in front, comes all the way to the line. Bryan with his shot, that's partially blocked. Now battle for it in the corner. Sparrow with the puck, but the play is blown down on a hand pass on the Vernon Vipers.
Well, a reminder, the next game in this series going to be required is Thursday up in Vernon. Game time 7 o'clock. And that is a if necessary game. The Express make a late change here, sitting out their third line of Hennig, Boyd, and Lamont.
This line has the Express only goal here tonight. Here's Boyd in the Vernon zone. Wrist shot, slid it wide of the goal. Had Hennig going to the net. Now Bryan sending it around for Brendan Pursley. Now to Colton Sparrow weaving his way through center. He'll gain the Express line. Fires a snapshot off a leg and wide. Now Mulcahy plays it in front, bouncing puck, they score! Sparrow was going to the net. Taking a bounce off him and in. And this game is tied at 1.
Well, it sort of pinballed, and I don't even think Sparrow shot. I think it hit his leg and went in. And Vernon ties it up on a bit of a lucky bounce.
42 seconds into the second period. This game is all square. We'll wait and see who gets credited for the goal. If it's Sparrow, it'll be his 8th goal of the playoffs. If it's Mulcahy, that'll be his 15th goal of the playoffs. And this is a line that needed to get going a little bit for the Vernon Vipers, as they had cooled off a little bit in the last couple of outings. They didn't score last night in game number 3. Battle for it in the neutral zone. Santucci trying to play it down the boards. Now McNicholas trying to top it into the Express zone. Hooked down deep. Cameron Marks turning along the corner boards. Now Coquitlam had it poked off his stick, and it goes to the far side. Whiteley Hanging around for Marks for some time and space. And he'll start over the Express. Nice lead feed for Santucci at center. Now to Bow in the Vernon zone on the left wing. Bow fires, Smith the save, and there's no rebound. And there's a pushing and shoving, and then Bow was given a shot to the head, and there's at least going to be one penalty. As somebody cuffed Bo Pieper, and it looks like it's going to be Dylan Chanter, the Vernon defenseman, taking a seat in the penalty box. So he gets the roughing called, and the Express get the first power play of Game 4 here tonight.
Well, a bit of pushing and shoving, and now the Express get a chance to try and restore their lead here as Chanter goes to the penalty box. Bit of an undisciplined penalty there.
Express power play is 2 for 13 in this series. And off the face-off, Vernon sends the puck down the ice into the Express zone. Vernon's penalty killing is 8th in the BCHL playoffs, 78.67%. As out comes Adam Rockwood, leaving it for Biega. He'll dish it off. Now battle for it along the boards, and the Express come up with a puck. Mulcahy, he'll poke it out through center ice, and he'll dance in with Sparrow going to the goal. Mulcahy beats it in front, way too high for Sparrow to knock down, as he had to try and catch it before trying to put it down to his stick and make a play. Now Biega's pass goes astray, and the puck goes the length of the ice for an icing against the Express power play.
Express having a little trouble getting things going here to start this power play. They're getting inside the blue line. They got to get the puck deep. They're trying to stop just inside the blue line and make your short, quick little pass. But Vernon is not giving them any room, so they got to force them to go deep and chip the puck in and go and get it.
Okay, he was credited with the Vernon goal, his 15th goal in the playoffs. And now Ryan Rosenthal wheels out of his own zone for the Express. Rosenthal gains the Vernon line. He'll chip it in, and Mackin will race in after it. Mackin bumps off the puck, and it's slipped down the ice by TJ DeMonto. Mark Biega in his own zone. Vernon making some changes, the Express doing so as well. 50 seconds remaining in this power play. Here's Ryan Rosenthal on the right wing. He'll fire it in. He'll bounce down deep in the Vernon zone. Renz will top it around the boards. And he'll come to the line and poked out through center. He'll slide down to the Express zone. Boyd racing after against Persley. Tips up for Zach Hodder, who just blindly slided out through center ice. Renz will take it for Vernon. He'll flip it out through center, knocked down, and Cody Boyd will carry it in the Vernon zone on the right wing. Boyd can't tip it past Persley, and it's flipped out through center. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. With 3:15 gone in the second period, a 1-1 tie here in Game 4. Here's Zach Hodder at the wheel. Left wing feed for Canada center. He'll roll it into the Vernon zone and bounce around to the far side. Puck top pass Hodder and all the way down the ice, and that'll do it. The penalty to Chanter. And the Vipers have killed off the game's first penalty. Rest are 0 for 1 with the power play tonight. Here's Marks through center. He'll tip it into the corner. Smith out of his goal. Trying to settle the puck down. Now Bryan will play it around the left wing. Now Hanoun will slide it out through center. Here's Sparrow with speed. Now to Mulcahy in the Express zone. Wrist shot, Dave with the save. He got just enough of it and slid wide of the goal. Now Cannon takes a solid hit along the boards from Hanoun. Now here's Citronio, but he overskated the puck at center and is dumped back into the Express center of the ice. Dayfield out of his goal. A little indecisive with it. Still has it. Now he plays it around the left wing boards. Gunther steps up, plays it back deep. Now it's poked around to the far side. Daniel Lang. He'll lift it to the line. He'll bounce up through center. And it's slid back into the Express zone. A.D. Citronio. His lead pass. Eventually gets through to Jackson Cressy, but he couldn't corral the bouncing puck. Now Hanoun, he's all down. And Vernon's going to get their first power play of the night as John Saunders is going to take a seat in the box.
Saunders got his stick in the feet of Hanoun. And now going to the penalty box. And Vernon's going to get their first opportunity. Vernon got a bit of a jump there off that, energized off that goal. And now applying the pressure on Coquitlam. Coquitlam totally ineffective on their power play. No shots on goal. Couldn't control the puck in the offensive zone.
4:26 the time of the call. Vernon is 1 for 11 on the power play in this series. Overall, their power play is 18.52% in the playoffs. The Express penalty killing is 86.3%. As out comes Ryan Rosenthal with Boyd. Rosenthal in the Vernon zone takes a solid goal, but gets the puck deep in the Vernon end. Now Wilson has turned it the other way. Lead feed beyond the reach of Colton Sparrow. And Mayfield will touch the puck and wave off the icing. And he gave it away to Brendan Persley. In the middle, Vernon with a shot. Glove by Gordy Mayfield as he bails himself out with a glove save after he wiped out what would have been a Vernon icing on the power play.
Yeah, somebody's got to tell him to leave that puck alone, that it's going to be icing. And then he just shoots it up the center and intercepted by Persley. And you hit the nail on the head when you say he bailed himself out.
Vernon wins the draw. 90 seconds remaining in the power play. Coquitlam, goal line feed to Danks, back to Bryan at the line. Look, that's not off the leg in front. And it bounced to the far side to Mackin. He'll backhand it up ahead. Rockwood couldn't knock it out of the air. And Vernon regroups at center ice. Dexter Danks. Leaving it for Josh Bryan. Left wing feed broken up in the neutral zone. And back to the waves, Corey Mackin short-handed in the Vernon zone on the right wing. Mackin stops, he's all by himself. One wrist shot high and over top of the goal. Bounces to Rockwood the line. Across to Mackin, but he couldn't take the pass off the heel of his stick. Back to the way comes Vernon. Here's Bryan. In for Danks in the express zone. Leaving it for McNicholas. He'll turn on the right board. Lay it down the wall for Dexter Danks at the circle. 45 seconds remaining in the power play. Coquitlam at the line. Sending it to an open corner. Marks there for the Express. Fires it up the middle and is tipped down in the Vernon zone, and Rosenthal racing after it. Rosenthal first in the pocket behind the Vernon goal. Battling there with Bryan. Boyd in there as well. Boyd frees up the puck, bumping there with Danks. Now McNicholas playing it back for Dexter Danks. Now across ice speed on the right wing for McNicholas. Into the middle for Danks in the Express zone with some speed. Danks had the puck poked off his stick, and Boyd will flip it off the glass, knocked down by McNicholas. He'll snap it to an open side. Whiteley bumping there along the corner boards. Coughlin comes up with the puck. Now it's chopped around right to Brendan Lamont as the penalty to Saunders is over. And both teams are over one on the power play tonight. 6.5 minutes gone in the second period in the 1-1 tie here in Game 4 of the Fred Page Cup Final. Here's Hodder. His pass blocked at center ice. Now he gets into the Vernon line, and in comes Lamont on the left wing. Lamont cutting the slot. Wrist shot. Gets the save. And the rebound is cleared down the ice into the express zone. And this time, Dayfield leaves the puck, and it will be an icing against Vernon.
He was hugging that post awful hard. He wasn't coming out for love nor money.
Yes.
13 to go here in the second period. 1-1 tie.
But a good burst of speed by Brendan Lamont, cutting into the Vernon zone, getting in the middle of the ice and getting a pretty good shot away, and Smith not that. Express with the face-off. Marks with the shot. He bounced it wide of the goal. Now Sparrow playing it up the wall. Whiteley battling at the blue line. Now it's poked out through center ice. Whiteley to Joey Santucci. Now to can the Vernon zone. DeBow fires a rolling puck and a glove save by Austin Smith, and he will hold on.
Oh, he went low to the glove side, and Smith got the glove down there and made a good save on Bo Peeper. And keep this one tied at 1.
Well, the Express have had a couple of chances. And they've now changed the Vernon goal, giving it credit to Colton Sparrow, who was in front of the net. So Sparrow from Mulcahy and Persley. As Cannon scores! Cannon just turned and fired. He snapped on the short side, and the Express have restored their lead. It's 2-1.
Well, he stuck it under the arm of Austin Smith, and the Express go up 2-1.
Seventh goal of the playoffs for Cannon Peeper. So now the Express have a goal from their third line. They have a goal from their second line here tonight. And they have the lead for the second time here in Game 4. Puck slipped down into the Vernon end of the ice off the face-off, and this will be an icing against the Express, so they'll bring the draw down into the Express zone.
Well, it was just a turn and fire by Cannon Peeper.
Brother Bo gets one of the assists on the goal. as does the defenseman Mark Whiteley. Now puck in the express zone, sent it behind the net. Saunders there. Heard the footsteps of DeMonto coming in, and he fell. Now Saunders back at his feet. He sent hard to the ice again, but sent around the wall. Ryan Renz trying to play it around. Poke to the far side. Bounce to the line, kept in by Saharchuk. They'll send it back deep to the express zone. J.D. Catronio slipping into the line, kept in by Renz. Now Catronio with it again. He'll play it around hard on the right wing side. And this will be another icing against the Express. So another draw coming deep in their own zone with 8:05 gone in the second period. 2-1 Express leading.
Third line going to have to stay out there up against the line of McNicholas, Danks, and Coughlin.
Face off to the right of the Express goal. McNicholas wins the face off. Now at the line, Brian had it bounce off his stick and outside the line. Now J.D. Catronio. Lead feed doesn't connect with Santucci, and this will be another icing against the Express.
And just end up coming back again. Still unable to make any changes as they couldn't get the puck out of their zone. So Cody Boyd taking his sweet time to get back there.
Off the draw, bouncing puck towards the goal, and Dayfield will cover it up for a whistle. Michael McNicholas just tossed it towards the net. Quickly the Express will change, sending out the Peeper brothers along with Santucci. The Express able to complete their change as they weren't able to do so on the previous icing.
That puck rolling to Dayfield. Gives the Express that opportunity.
Vernon wins the face-off, and Brian will send it behind the Express goal. Michael McNicholas from the right board, stopping it off for Dexter Danks. Battling behind the Express goal, had it poked off his stick. And Marks will flip it up to the line, and out comes Cannon through center. He'll gain the Vernon line, cut wide on the left. Fire shot high, and he put it off the glass. Now Santucci trying to roll it in front. He stand on a rolling puck. Now the puck is tipped out through center ice. Marks. His pass to the stick. Now Cannon to Whiteley. And the Express move in the Vernon zone. Whiteley with his shot off, skated wide of the goal. Now Santucci racing after behind the net, pokes to the far side. Both plays it in front. And sits around the near boards. Now Coughlin to Danks at center. At the Express line. He had a poke off the stick. Comes right to Coughlin. And he put a shot over top of the goal. Sharp angle shot. That's blocked by Marks. Had a little trouble moving the puck. Now sent around to the near side for Bo Pieper. On top of the line, kept it by Chandler. His shot is well wide of the goal. Santucci plays to the line, kept in by Wilson. Looks, plays it across. Now McNicholas will take it off the right board to the Express zone. He'll send it down the corner for Coughlin. Trying to turn away from Cannon. Barrel, rather Pursley comes in. Feeds to Coughlin, trying to walk in front. He had it poked off his stick by Dayfield. Now Bo Pieper. He'll just spin and send it down the ice. And this will be an icing against the Express. So they've been having a little bit in their own zone a few times in this second period and haven't been afraid to send it 200 feet and get a face-off deep in their own zone.
No one got no play for it. Just get it out. And like you say, the last 2 minutes or so, not afraid to ice the puck.
Vernon with the face-off. Cantor fires the rolling puck and he put it wide of the goal. Now Wilson stepping up. Beating it behind the goal for Sparrow. Trying to center it. That's blocked. Now Sparrow again turns and fires. And Davey got the pad down and made the save. Now played around for Bo Pieper. Takes a look and lifts it up high and out through center. Knocked down by Chanter. Now Cannon poking to Santucci. The Cannon in on the right wing in the Vernon zone. Cannon, backhand shot, gets the save, and Bo was tied up trying to bang home the rebound. Back to the way is Sparrow with speed for Vernon. Gets past Rosenthal. Into the Express zone on the right wing. He'll send it behind the goal. Pursley plays it in front, looks at the side, and Dayfield covers it up and gets a whistle.
That one almost bounced in as well as it hit an Express player, but then covered up quickly by Gordy Dayfield. With 9:41 to go here in the second period, Express lead 2-1.
Right to the left of Gordy Dayfield. Rockwood against Sparrow. Vipers win it cleanly. Here's Brendan Pursley cutting in the middle. Wrist up, scores! Brendan Pursley snapping it past the glove of Gordy Mayfield, and it's a 2-2 tie.
Well, he comes off the boards as he picks up the puck and goes short side and off the post and in, and ties this one up at 2.
Well, when you're playing with your season, not necessarily your season, but a series hanging in the balance for the Vernon Vipers, you need your most top offensive weapons to be the ones leading the charge. And that's exactly been the case for Vernon in the second period here tonight. Barrow with the goal. Now Pursley with the goal, his 10th of the postseason. And this game is all even up again. Here's Lamont poking it down deep in the Vernon zone. Lamont plays it in front. That's taken away by the Vipers. And it's sent down the ice into the express zone. Right on goal to Dayfield. And he will cover it up for a whistle. Barrow gets the only assist on the goal by Brendan Pursley, so that's a goal and an assist for Colton Barrow in the second period here tonight.
And same for Pursley.
So Vernon's top line already combining for 5 points in the second period. 2 goals and 3 assists. Off the draw, puck flipped to the line, kept in by Dylan Chanter. Now to send it down the board. Now Whiteley from Brendan Lamont to Hennig, who takes the pass in the left wing. Hennig rolling it behind the Vernon goal. Wilson sending it around the boards, kept in the line by Marks. Snapshot deflected off the glass by Hennig. Now Boyd freeing out the puck as he sent his man hard to the ice. It was Wilson. Now Hennig with the puck. They're going to call Cody Boyd, I believe, for the hit. It's going to be a charging call. Boyd rolls his eyes as he takes a seat in the penalty box for the charge. So Vernon's going to get their second man advantage of the night.
Boyd going to the penalty box. Big penalty kill here for the Express. Goes to the ball. And Lamont out there to start the penalty kill up front.
Here's Gunther with a shot kicked up by Dayfield. Now Hanoun from the left board, back to Gunther at the line. Back to Hanoun in the left circle in the express zone. Hanoun, backdoor pass, Barrow with a chance, and a nice pad save by Dayfield. Wilson, he fanned the pass, the puck slides out through center ice. Gunther batting with Rosenthal at the line, but plays it across. Here's Barrow with the puck for Vernon. Now to Brendan Pursley, to Hanoun, trying to chip it in. And then right into traffic, comes in front with a chance. Dayfield makes the save, and he holds on to it for a whistle. As I believe it was Barrow had that chance coming late.
Well, yeah, the puck just rolled away from everybody and wound to Barrow's stick, who took the shot. And now Dayfield gives a shot to Hanoun. As Pursley's slow to get up.
Don't need to get distracted by any of that stuff. But entering this game here tonight, Vernon definitely needs some of their best players to make a contribution. Entering tonight, Mulcahy had just 1 goal in the series, and the previous 2 games was pointless. Barrow had just 1 assist in this series, and came in game 1. And Pursley's been the most productive of the 3 of them, with 2 goals and 1 assist in the series, entering game 4 here tonight. But he did not register a point in game number 3. Well, they've all been instrumental in Vernon's 2 goals here tonight. 1:25 remaining in this power play. Puck sent in deep in the express zone. Marks playing around, kept in by Gunther, batting with Rockwood. Now the puck comes to Marks, and the Express will start out short-handed, and Santucci will just slap it all the way down the ice into the Vernon zone. 8 minutes remaining in the second period, a 2-2 tie. Jared Wilson, left wing feed, and in comes Pursley in the Express zone. Pursley, goal line feed to Noon, gonna feed it back in front, blocked by Marks. Now Hodder, turning away from Pursley, finds a lane and sends it down the ice into the Vernon zone. Austin Smith from behind his net, setting it up behind his own goal for Jared Wilson. Lead feed up the left wing, and it's backhanded into the express zone, and Vernon will start some changes. Bianca laying it around the boards, and it comes up the center to Ryan Rosenthal, dancing in the Vernon zone. Rosenthal trying to power to the net, but he couldn't get a shot away as the puck was rolling on him. Back to the way comes Vernon. Here's Coughlin leading a 4-man rush. Coughlin cutting wide. And a play in front. Cleared away by Viega. Now send it behind the Express goal. Viega with it again. Can't get it past Liam Coquitlam. Coquitlam will feed the line. Ryan, slap shot. And Dayfield makes the save and holds on to it for a whistle.
Almost a chance for Ryan Rosenthal. Couldn't quite get a step on the opposition. He's looking for his fourth shorthanded goal of these playoffs.
13 seconds remaining in the charging penalty to Cody Boyd. Vipers win the draw in the Express zone. Ryan, snap shot, Dayfield steers that inside the lead. Now Lamont will hammer it outside the line. The Chandler can slow it down. Now McNicholas moves back in as the penalty to Boyd has expired. Now play to the side of the goal. Here's Coughlin with the puck. Kind of centered out in front. Hit a stick. Dayfield could knock it down. And the puck is cleared out through center ice. Vernon is over 2 in the power play here in Game 4 tonight. Josh Bryant deep in his own zone. Gave it away. Lamont closing in. First shot. That one high and off the glass. Back to the line to Viega. He had it bounced over his stick. But Hodder's there to help him out. And take control and fire it up. And it's tipped to Chase Hennig. He'll wheel back in the Vernon zone. Hennig on the right wing. Fires. And the glove save by Smith. And he holds on to it for a whistle as Boyd is going hard to the net as well.
Ended up taking the net off its mooring. 6:17 to go here in the second period. 2-2 tie. Shots are 23-17 right now in favor of the Vipers. So Vernon Coquitlam. And Vernon has had the majority of play.
EJ DeMonto against Cannon Pieper on this draw. Gluson skates off the face-off, and Vernon controls and plays it around the board. Bo knocks it down. Now to Cannon the circle. Wrist shot, patch save by Smith. And he holds on to it for a whistle.
Oh, he tried to go 5-hole there and almost made it through.
Bo also read the play well, knowing Vernon was going to play it around the board. Hustled to get in position, intercept it, then set up Cannon at the circle for a shot. Now the draw will be to the right of Austin Smith. Cannon wins it. Bo sending it down to Cannon, who takes it behind the Vernon goal. Front shot! And Smith got the pad down and made the save. Nice power move by Cannon Pieper from the end wall.
Just taking it hard straight to the net and trying to jam it through Austin Smith. But a good effort by this line of Cannon, Bo, and Santucci. 2 good opportunities already on this shift.
This time will be Canada against Colton Sparrow on this face-off. Sparrow wins the draw. Ryan Renz with the puck. Shielding it. Flipping it up for Mulcahy. He'll lift it out to center to Colton Sparrow. He's poked off the puck. Mulcahy follows up. Wrist shot off the stick. Bouncing puck. It's loose in front. Cut to the side and eventually poked away to the boards. Now Ryan Renz steps up to keep it in the zone. But the centering pass in the middle is blown down on a hand pass.
I was close as Renz had fallen. If the Express had chipped it out, it was going to be a 2 or 3 on 1. 5:37 to go here in the second. Express cage up their line, sending up Boyd, Lamont, and Hennig. Up against Mulcahy, Sparrow, and Pursley.
Boyd against Sparrow on the draw. Vipers control the face-off. Now Whiteley with it. Left wing feed. Doesn't connect to Hennig. Now Whiteley with it again. Across to Cameron Marks. Now to Chase Hennig with room through center. He'll cut wide in the left wing in the Vernon zone. Kind of muscle it down deep. Hennig. Now to behind the goal. Throws on the brakes. Draws the penalty. Hennig. So Whiteley with his shot. That's blocked. Now behind the net, Boyd. He's hauled down by Bryan. There was 1 penalty being indicated. Will there be 2?
There's an interference, I think, in front of the net, but there could easily be a tripping as well.
Yeah.
A cross-check, that was the one in front. Are they going to call the trip? No, it doesn't look like they're going to.
No. So the Express are going to get their second power play of the night. As it's going to be Colton Sparrow taking a seat in the penalty box.
Hopefully the Express can get a little bit more control here on this power play.
14:51 the time of the call. Rosenthal wins the draw. Viega to the right point to Adam Rockwood. Kind of plays down the boards, but it's tipped outside the line by DeMonto. Now Rosenthal whip it in deep in the Vernon zone. Ryan whipping it around past Rockwood and outside the line. Viega to Ryan Rosenthal. Shielding it against Dexter Danks. Now Rosenthal will tip it into the Vernon zone. Ryan back to the puck. Being lost by Rockwood. Harder on the boards. Kept in by Viega. He'll slide into the middle. Now dish it off for Jace Heading. Closing in. Goal line feed to Mackin is now the Express set up. 30 seconds gone in the power play. Heading. They'll feed the line. Viega. Left point Rosenthal. Firing it across the right circle to Heading. Into the middle for Rockwood. He was tied up. And Vernon takes the puck. And DeMonto will turn it the other way. Gain the Express line fire and slap shot off the glove of Dayfield and wide of the goal. Just over a minute remaining in this Express power play. Viega at the wheel starting out. Right wing feed to Ryan Rosenthal. Now to Heading in the Vernon zone. But he lost the handle of the puck. And it's sent all the way down the ice into the Express zone.
Express not able to hold control. The puck going into the zone very well.
4 minutes remaining in the second period, a 2-2 tie. 45 seconds left in the power play. Marks to Cannon in the Vernon zone on the left wing. He'll stop at the boards as now the Express try to set it up, but his pass to the line is picked off by Mulcahy, and he'll backhand the puck into the Express zone. Cameron Marks setting up behind the Express goal, who will leave it for Zach Otter. 30 seconds left in the power play. Otter through center. Gains the Vernon line. He'll send it around the boards to the far side. Bo racing after it. Puck tipped up ahead, knocked down by Cody Boyd. Now it's hit to the blue line, but the play is blown down on a hand pass.
Well, the Express are getting stood up where they bring the puck in, so they're shooting it around, and the other two defenders stop them at the blue line. The other two race to the far corner as they know the puck is going to go in and around. They're the first ones there. Zone. The Express have to anticipate better, or maybe not shoot as hard into the zone.
Final seconds of the power play. Here's Whiteley in the Vernon zone. Now to send it down the boards. That's broken up. Top to the line. Kept in. Santucci. He'll send it behind the net for Bo. Cannon's in front. Bo ducks under a check. His centering pass is blocked. Now he gets it again. Penalty to Sparrow is over. Express are over 2 in the power play tonight. Marks with his shot. Kicked up by Smith. Bounces to the side. Bo with the puck. Santucci's in front. He'll feed the line. Whiteley into the middle of the Marks. First shot off a stick and wide of the goal. Now battle for it along the end wall. Ren battling with Cannon. Now Santucci can't find it in his skates. Bo trying to shield it. Moving up the right board. Back to the line of Whiteley. Looks. Slides to the left side. Goal line feed to Cannon. Trying to move up the left boards in the Vernon zone. Cannon trying to play it down for Santucci. Being leaned on there by Chanter. Bo comes in trying to free up the puck. Santucci lost his helmet and he'll have to head off to the bench. Now puck flipped out through center ice. Here's Pursley in the Express zone with Mulcahy. Pursley cutting in the middle. Now wrist up by Chanter off his stick and over the glass and out of play.
Santucci was upset that the helmet had been lost. And he didn't like the way he was manhandled. 2:20 to go here in the second period. Out comes Boyd, Lamont, and Hennig. The Express power play, I think maybe had one shot.
McNicholas on the face-off against Cody Boyd. Off the face-off. Danks with a shot at the blocker save by Dayfield. Now Zach Cotter. Starting over behind his own goal, trying to get away from McNicholas. Cotter gets it up, but it bounces off the stick of Heading, and he'll slide down the ice into the Vernon zone. Riley Gunther to Bryan. Now to Dexter Danks. He'll chip it up ahead. And the Express take that and turn it the other way. Here's Boyd chipping into the Vernon zone and racing in after it. First in the puck. Now to Heading with a quick shot and a patch save by Smith. Now McNicholas bumping with Lamont. But Danks takes the puck and starts out for Vernon. He'll slide it into the Express zone for Coquitlam to race after. He'll bump there with Viega. Now chipped around for Hodder. His initial pass is blocked. He gets it again. Hodder now being leaned on in the corner. Tied up in his skate. Now poked around to the far side. McNicholas with 1:25 remaining in the second period. Feeds the line, but it bounced off the stick of Wilson and out to center. Dylan Chanter. Right wing feed, and Coughlin's back into the express zone. Now to Danks on the right wing from the power to the goal. Puck rolled off his stick. Now he fires, and a pass save by Gordy Dayfield. As he stretched out with the right leg and kept it out with 1:11 remaining in the period.
Well, a great save by Gordy Dayfield. I think on the first move in, he also might have gotten a shot off, but then came across and got that big pad down with 1:11 to go in the second period. That's a familiar number.
Yes. Ryan Rosenthal timed the game in the third period last night at 2 with 1:11 remaining in the frame. Face off to the right of the express goal. Barrow against Rosenthal on this draw. Press control the face-off. Rockwood pushed to the ice. Now Vernon comes out of the puck, centers it out in front. Dayfield down, they score! Brendan Pursley with 1:03 remaining in the second period. Vernon has their first lead at 3-2.
Well, Rockwood getting pushed down in behind the net. And Vernon getting the puck out front to Pursley, and he gets his second of the for Vernon coming through here tonight.
11th goal of the playoffs for Brendan Pursley. And Vernon definitely giving the Express a very good game here tonight. Now Pursley and Santucci do a little jousting, lining up on the face-off. Referees and officials intervene, and everyone's all of a sudden on their best behavior. As we now move into the final minute of the second period. Puck sent down the ice into the Express zone, and Vernon is called for an icing.
Watching Pursley and Santucci as they were pushing and shoving at the start of the face-off. Face-off's going to go deep into the Vernon zone.
Barrow against Cannon on this draw. Express win the face-off. Marks down the right boards, now in the middle. Bo trying to send it down deep. Now sent around the board. Lead feed, hit a leg. Now Josh Bryant with the puck. Right wing pass is topped into the Express zone by Mulcahy. He'll race after it. Top it to the far side. Bounces down to Whiteley. He'll backhand it up ahead off the skate. And is sent towards the goal, steered aside by Dayfield. 25 seconds remaining in the period. Brett Mulcahy. Now to Colton Sparrow battling with Santucci. Sparrow trying to cut in the slot on his backhand. Fires a shot. Dayfield couldn't knock it down. But now the Express will turn it back with 3 through center. Here's Bo. Final 10 seconds of the period. Bo fires, kick that rebound. And it just missed. Santucci going to the goal. Back to the way is Mulcahy. Time for one last shot. Lets it go. And it's blocked by Whiteley. Bounce down to the far side. And that'll do it for the second period. So Vernon striking 3 times in that middle period. And they have a 3-2 lead going to the third period here in Game 4 of this Fred Page Cup Final. Will start this third period with Adam Rockwood, Ryan Rosenthal, and Corey Mack in their top line up front. Hart Biega and Zach Cotter on the back end. Sparrow, Pursley, and Mulcahy for Vernon. Bryan and Gunther on the back end, and the third period is underway. With the puck tipped into the Express zone, here's Mulcahy with Pursley sending pass. Pursley rolled it wide. He came that close to a hat-trick goal in the opening 15 seconds of the frame. Now puck chipped into the express end of the ice. Dayfield setting it up for Zach Carter. He had it poked off his stick. Puck comes to Rosenthal. He'll top it to the line. Kept in by Josh Bryan. He'll just send it behind the express goal. It bounced to the far side. Diego pumping there with Mulcahy. Poking into the board. Knocked down by Danks. Now sent around to the near side. Otter leaving it behind the goal to Biega. Battling with Mulcahy. Centers out in front. And the puck bounced off the stick of Danks. Now Sparrow to the right point. Gunther, wrist shot. And Dayfield grabs that and holds on to it for a whistle. But a good opening shift through the third period for the Vernon Vipers.
Well, that top line of Vernon really getting a lot of jump and a couple opportunities there in the early portions of this third period. They are by far their most dangerous line. All the points coming from those three players.
They've now combined for 7 points between the three of them. Dylan Chanter, snapshot, hit a skate in front. Now Lamont will start out for the Express with Boyd. Puck dumped into the far corner in the Vernon zone. Bouncing in front, Boyd trying to chop at it. Loose puck, taken away by McNicholas. Now Boyd with it, centering pass, misses Chase Heading. Now it raced after it on the right boards. Heading now turning in the corner, poking behind the goal. Lamont with the puck. Now at the circle, into the middle, Boyd, wrist shot, snapped it wide of the goal. Had room on the glove side. Now puck cleared out through center and is dumped back into the Vernon zone. And the Express will start a change. Good shift for the Express third line there. Now puck sent around the boards and down the ice into the Express end. Icing waved off. John Saunders back with the puck. Whipping it around the right wing. Getting it to Santucci. Cross ice in the right wing for Bo Pieper. Bo tried his shot. That's blocked by Ryan Renz. Now played around the boards. Cannon turns the fires with his shot. Kicks it. Rebound and score! Bo Pieper, 3-3. Picked up the rebound off the original shot by Cannon. And goes short side on Smith and ties this one up at 3. Well, the third period has been their best period. They continue that trend here early in the frame as Bo gets his 11th goal of the playoffs. And we are tied again. Puck chipped into the Viper end of the ice. Ryan Renz gave it away. Bo Pieper to Santucci. Trying to cut in, but he had the puck roll off his stick. Now Renz, right wing feed in the middle for DeMonto. Gave it away. Here's Heading. He's hauled down, cutting in the Vernon zone. No call. Now puck played around the left wing boards. Logan Beck being watched by Hodder. And he'll play it back for Statchuk. He'll bounce off the boards to center, knocked down by Brendan Lamont. Lamont, right wing feed for Cody Boyd. He had it poked off his stick. Lamont with it again. Back for Zach Carter. Left wing feed for Heading. Will tip it into the Vernon zone. The hard shot. Coming it out through center. Carter with the puck. Lead feed goes astray. And this is an icing against the Express with 2:38 gone in the third period.
Well, the Express battling hard to get that tying goal. And now an opportunity to build here in the third period.
Express have now scored 9 unanswered goals in the third period in this series. Outscoring Vernon 9-1 in the third period. And 28-12 in the playoffs. Puck center ice. Here's Riley Gunther wheeling into the Express zone. Cutting wide on Lamont. Gunther in front. Puck with a chance and Dayfield makes the save. He took a peek, but he's got the puck.
He wasn't quite sure where it was. Right, he took a little look in behind, but managed to hold on and make the save.
Just over 3 minutes gone in the third period here tonight. Cannon will take the face-off against Colton Sparrow. Sparrow wins the draw back to Bryan. He'll just send it down the boards to the Express zone. Cannon trying to poke it around. Now he chops up the right wing to Santucci. He'll quickly swing it across ice and get it up to center. Now here's Cannon leading the rush in the Vernon zone. Stops inside the line. Trying to play it down the boards. That's blocked. Now Brendan Pursley. He's been very dangerous tonight. Now to Riley Gunther in the Express zone. Back in the middle, and Pursley couldn't take the pass. Now Cannon falls, slides into the boards. But Santucci takes the puck. And he'll flip it up for Bo Peeper. His pass picked off. Here's Mulcahy back into the express zone. Mulcahy with the shot kicked up by Dayfield. And Santucci will take the rebound and turn it the other way. Now to Rockwood, 1-on-2. He'll cut wide in the left wing on Chanter. Rockwood turning in the corner. Has Rosenthal coming late. And he gets in the puck. Now it's poked down to Mackin. Trying to feed it back in front. That was blocked. And Vernon will turn it the other way, but Mackin steals it. And now Vernon recovers. Chanter to Pursley. And he'll tip it down the ice right in on goal to Dayfield as quickly both teams change. 4 minutes gone in the third period of a 3-3 tie here in Game 4 of the Fred Page Cup Final. Express lead the best of 7, 3-0, trying to win their second BCHL championship in team history and the first for the team based here in Coquitlam. Puck rolled into the Vernon zone. Chanter to Michael McNicholas. Fans on the pass. Now Boyd pokes it on goal and a patch save by Austin Smith. Now puck played out through center ice. Potters dump in, hit Rosenthal. His feed for Mackin's out of his reach. Now Chanter to the express zone. Long wrist shot. That one high and over top of the goal. Danks from the left boards. Give it a bump by Boyd. Down the boards for Coughlin. Coughlin turning. Now Viega pokes it across. And now Zach Cotter will start out for the express. Cotter. Long wrist shot. Change. Dexter Danks. Laying it into the middle. Coughlin. Into the middle for McNicholas in the express zone. Now at the line. Ren slap shot. Drilled it wide of the goal. Got a lot on it. Now Statchuk at the line. His shot bounces to the far corner. Hennig racing after it. He'll take a look and flip it up high, but he gave it away. McNicholas to Danks, and that passes in behind him. Now Danks from the left corner in the express zone. He'll feed the line. Statchuk on the other side. Renz poking it down the boards. Coughlin in the corner being leaned on by Contronio. Puck tied up in skates. McNicholas comes up with a puck. Back to Statchuk at the line. Snap shot high and off the glass. Now McNicholas again. Into the middle. This tipped away, and the Express will turn it back with 3 through center. Here's Lamont on the right wing. Long wrist shot glove by Austin Smith as he watched that one go straight into his glove.
As Vernon getting a little bit of pressure in the Express zone. Express finally coming out with 3-man rush, and Lamont letting the shot go. Easily handled by Smith. As out comes Mackin, Rosenthal, and Rockwood.
Rosenthal on the face-off for the Express. DeMonto wins it for Vernon. Now pokes up the boards and top to the line. Now Rockwood stealing in the neutral zone. Sliding it back for Mackin on the right wing of the Vernon end. Now DeMonto gave it away to Rosenthal. Down the boards to Mackin, trying to spin off a check. Mackin plays to the side, hit the pad of Smith, and the puck cleared away from Rosenthal. Now puck chipped up ahead, knocked out of the air by Hodder. Express back to the wave. Rosenthal turning at the left corner. From his knees, feeds it in front, and Rockwood was tied up. Now at the line, Rosenthal in front, and it bounced off the stick of Mackin, who was alone. Now Rockwood from the right boards in the Vernon zone. Falls and gets back up. Now to Mackin. To Rosenthal, his shot, off-speed shot, and a kick save by Austin Smith. It was going to his right, then it went to his left, and Smith made the save.
Just about crossed him up.
Mackin tipped it in, but it goes over the glass and out of play. But a good shift for the Express top line. Rosenthal in the slot.
Oh, and Mackin right all by himself. Very lonely in front of the goal, but just couldn't control the puck.
Face-off will be outside the Express line. Mark Whiteley. Left wing feed to Hennig. Now he'll roll it into the Vernon zone. Express can't get it deep. Jared Wilson. Popping it up ahead is tipped into the Express zone by Saharchuk. Dayfield out of his net, whipping it around the glass. Hennig knocking it down, lost it in his feet. Whiteley helping it out and sending it down the ice into the Vernon zone. Jared Wilson with 7:10 gone in the third period of a 3-3 tie here in Game 4. Now for Mason Blacklock starting out. Right wing feed to Chanter. Now to Saharchuk in the Express zone. Blacklock follows up, closes in, wrist shot, snapped it wide of the goal. And Lamont will turn it the other way for the Express with Hennig and Boyd. Lamont gained the line. Snap shot off the stick and over the glass and out of play.
That was a close one as Blacklock coming in on the side. Let his shot go low and missing the near post, and it bounces back out the other side. Lamont picking it up, going the other way. 12:28 to go here in the third period of a 3-3 tie. Shots right now 4-4 this period.
Cannon on the face-off, wins the draw. Cotroneo sending it down the boards in the Vernon zone. Now Colton Sparrow with the puck. Starting out on the right wing. Backhanding it to the express line. Cotroneo poking it to Santucci. Now in comes Sparrow in the express zone. Santucci took a bump. He lost his helmet, and he'll have to head off the bench in a change. Here's Ryan Renz. This shot blocked by Cotroneo. Now he fires a shot through to the goal, and Dayfield got the stick down and made the save.
Santucci very slow and going to the bench after that hit and losing his helmet.
He's had a couple of those so far here tonight. One coming late in the second period.
Lost his stick and a helmet on that last hit.
Just shy of the 8-minute mark. Face-off will be to the right of the express goal. Lamont against Colton Sparrow. Lamont wins the face-off, marks with the puck. And he'll start out for the express on the right wing. Shielded against Mulcahy. Now it slides to the Vernon zone. Ryan Renz with it. Forced the hard chuck. Lead feed onto the right wing for Sparrow in the express zone. Sparrow, wrist shot. Dayfield took it in the chest and holds on to it for a whistle.
Nice hit by Hennig in the offensive zone.
On Statchuk, and he definitely felt it.
He's leaning over on the bench. He lost his stick. That's a good, solid hit by Jace.
Definitely Statchuk felt the brunt of that hit on his hip.
Being looked at by the trainer.
Boyd against McNicholas on this face-off. Puck goes to the boards. Top back to the line. Gunther, snapshot wide of the goal. Now puck behind the net. Coughlin from the right boards in the express zone. Gave it away and outside to Cody Boyd. His speed for heading is broken up. And back in comes Vernon. Here's Dexter Danks. Wrist shot hit a leg. And now the express will start out. Here's Hennig with Cannon, 2-on-2. Hennig gained the Vernon line. In front for Cannon. The puck rolled up and sticking behind the goal. Now Gunther battling with Cannon, and McNicholas takes the puck and starts out. Left wing feed for Danks to the express zone. He'll chip it in. Down deep. Battling with Hodder, who pokes it out for Cannon. The express will wheel back. Cannon. Now to Biega. Trying to poke it in. Can't get it in the Vernon zone. Now the express regrouping their own end of the ice. Hodder's pass is picked off at center by Wilson. He'll lift a high one into the express zone. 9-10 gone in the third period in a 3-3 tie. Biega bounces off a check. As out come the express through center. Here's Cannon with Bo. Bo fires and he missed to the far side. And it bounces out through center ice. Hodder gets it across to Biega. Biega dumping it in, but he doesn't get it deep. Blocked by McNicholas. And now the express get their top line out. Here's Hanoun in the express zone in the left wing. Hanoun centering pass hit escape, and Rockwood takes control. His pass goes astray and slides all the way down the ice. Doesn't have enough for icing. No. Dylan Chandler back to the puck. Starting out from behind his own goal. Gave it away. Rockwood in alone. Rockwood centers, and Mackin couldn't get a piece of that pass. Express had a 2-on-0 alone in front and didn't get a shot away. Now puck slipped back into the Vernon zone. Renz laying up the right wing for Hanoun. Lead feed doesn't connect with Logan Mick, and they'll slide into the express zone. But this will be an icing. But what a great chance. A 2-on-0 down low. Mackin and Rockwood, but no shot.
Rockwood lost control of the puck and then tried passing it over to Mackin as he had Smith down, ready for the shot. And he lost control of it, tried to slide it over to Mackin and just couldn't get a good pass across. And so no shot was available there for the Express.
Rosenthal will take the space off against TJ DeMonso to the left of Smith. DeMonso wins it. He's been good in the circle for Vernon. Now D'Amico Hanoun to Ryan Renz, starting out for the Vipers. Now tipped into the express zone. Here's Logan Mick. Start making a shot. Hit the post. Now it's back to the line. Hit over the shot. That one off is sticking wide. Now puck sent in behind the express goal to Biega. He gets past one check. Now pokes it up to Mackin. Now to Biega will lead the rush in the Viper zone. To Rockwood. Rosenthal. Wrist shot high and off the glass. Rockwood turning on the boards. Poking it behind the net. Ryan runs there. Playing it around the right wing for Hanoun. He'll just chop it out through center. And Hodder will try and flip it in. Biega will help out and advance it at least, but not deep. Now it's cleared out through center. Rosenthal give it a bump. And now in comes the Vipers, but they lost the puck. Rockwood now with it. Laying it back for Hodder. Returning to Rockwood as Vernon changes. Back to Biega. Lead feed and Mackin will tip it into the Vernon zone, and the Express will make a full-scale change. Sending out the Peeper brothers and Santucci. Riley Gunther is advancing the puck into the Express zone, but he did so from his own side of center, and this will be an icing against the Vipers.
There's just 8:33 to go here in the third. Face-off going to be to the right of Austin Smith as the Peepers and Santucci out there against Blacklock. The hard shot.
Cannon wins the draw. Catroni out the right point. Wrist shot knocked down the way through. Santucci chops it on goal. The stick save by Smith. Cannon behind the goal to Bowe, trying to get free. Bowe centers it. It's tipped away from Santucci and down the ice into the Express zone. Saunders hustling back for it. Chopping it down the ice into the Vernon zone. Icing waved off. Smith out of his goal, chopping it around the board. Now Cannon. He lost the handle of it, and out comes Mason Blacklock for Vernon. He'll backhand the puck into the Express end of the ice. Saunders laying it around the left wing, but it climbs the glass and goes out of play.
With exactly 8 minutes left in the third period. As Mulcahy, Sparrow, and Pursley are out there for Vernon, and up comes Boyd Hennig and Lamont trying to put a clamp on that big line.
Mulcahy against Boyd on the draw. Vipers win it. Sparrow with his shot blocked on the way through. Now Whiteley will start out. Backhanding it off the glass, and it goes out of play. So another face-off coming into the Express zone.
Do it this time to the right of Gordy Dayfield.
Lamont against Sparrow on the draw. Press win this one. Whiteley with the puck. Chopping it up ahead, and Boyd gets it through center ice. Josh Bryant. The Sparrow and Vipers move back in. Plays it in front. Backhand shot. Blocked by Whiteley off the stick of Mulcahy. Now Mulcahy. Side of the net. Sparrow trying to center it. Blocked by Dayfield. Brandon Lamont. Now to Cody Boyd with Hennig. Boyd a one-handed in and racing after in the Vernon zone. Boyd centers it. Hennig in front. They jam. And it's cleared away from the goal crease. Close call there. Biega flipping it back into the Vernon zone. Ryan back to the puck. Spinning away from the speedy Lamont. Now Dylan Chanter. Bounce pass to center. Mulcahy to Sparrow in the Express zone. Sparrow spins. Holds it in front of Mulcahy. Couldn't take it off his skate. Now here comes Rosenthal with Rockwood and Hodder. Rosenthal leaves it. Hodder couldn't get a pass from Rockwood as it bounced over his stick. Now puck cleared down into the Express zone. Biega topping it off the glass. Less than 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Here's Rockwood feeding it across. Mackin couldn't corral a bouncing puck and is tipped outside the line. Now Rockwood trying to corral a bouncing puck in front of the Vernon bench. And Rosenthal will tip it to Biega. Now to Mackin. He lost the handle of the puck. Here's Dexter Danks with Coughlin. There's a pass out of the reach of Coughlin, but there's a penalty on the play. At the line, Gunther sending it down deep. Penalty coming up to the Express. Played at the boards. Wilson, wrist shot, blocked by Biega, and the play is blown down with 6:18 to go. A hooking penalty on the way to Biega.
Now you would call that one a good penalty for the Express. And Biega coming back. Gets the stick in there and saves the opportunity. Now a big penalty kill for the Express.
Mulcahy on the faceoff against Ryan Rosenthal. Early movement. Mulcahy, Danks. Coughlin starts his power play up front. McNicholas and Bryan work the point. McNicholas slap shot, drilled it well wide. Now Bryan at the right point. Returning it to McNicholas. Back to Bryan, loads up his shot. That's blocked. And it went over top of the goal as Boyd got in the way of that one. And certainly felt it. Now Mulcahy to Bryan at the line. Right circle to Dexter Danks. Back to Bryan in the middle. Returning it to Danks. Closing in. Side of the net. Coughlin feeds across. McNicholas. Wrist shot off his stick of Rosenthal and wide. 30 seconds gone in the penalty. Now Rosenthal steals the puck. And he'll start out with Cody Boyd short-handed. Here's Rosenthal in the Vernon zone. All the way. Rosenthal chops it on goal. And a pass save by Smith. Didn't get a lot on it. Back comes McNicholas. Now to Coughlin in the express zone. He'll dish it off. Sparrow, wrist shot, high and off the glass. It'll bounce to McNicholas at the line. He'll dish on the right side. Sparrow feeds it in front. It went through the crease. Minute remaining in the penalty. 5:15 remaining in the third in a 3-3 tie. Lamont, he'll backhand the puck down the ice into the Vernon zone. Riley Gunther reeling back for the Vernon Vipers. Gave it away. Rockwood with the breakaway. Rockwood! Rockwood 4-3 Express with 4:54 to go.
Rockwood steals the puck in the offensive zone. 5 guys chasing him. You can see him, Vernon giving it everything they got to try and catch him. Rockwood goes to his forehand, hits the post, bounces, hits Smith, and then goes in.
Rockwood,
37 seconds left in the penalty.
Rockwood had 1 goal in the playoffs entering this series. He now has 3. Is that the one? Is that the one? Marks slipping it down the ice into the Vernon zone. Dylan Cantor to Jared Wilson, turning away from Ryan Rosenthal. Rosenthal nearly stole the puck. Now D'Amico Hanoum. Final 10 seconds of this Vernon penalty. Power play rather. Hanoum trying to split the D, can't do so. And it's cleared down the ice by Mark Whiteley. Penalty to Bianca is over. Teams are 5-on-5. Vernon over 3 in the power play tonight. 4:10 to go. Here's Wilson with the puck in the Vernon zone. Back for Dylan Chanter. Left wing feed to sit down the ice into the express zone. Biega back with the puck. He has time as Vernon changes. Left wing feed. Here's Cannon through center with Bowen Santucci. Cannon, wrist shot, steered aside by Smith. Now chopped around. And it gets through to Logan Mick. Batting with Santucci, snaps a shot wide of the goal. Now Ryan Renz back for the puck, and he'll start out for Vernon. Express quickly changing. Renz gains the Express line. Cutting wide on the right. Batting along the boards. Now Blacklock trying to send it down the wall. Broken out by Boyd. And they'll get it to Heddick. And they'll roll the puck into the Vernon zone. Mick popping it up ahead. Knocked down by Jace Heddick. And he ain't lost the puck to Ryan Renz. 3:15 remaining in the third period. 4-3 Express lead here in game 4. Puck rolled into the Express zone. Boyd with the puck. Playing it back for John Saunders. Trying to top it back to Boyd, and he does so. Now we'll flip it up ahead, knocked down the line. Gunther, wrist shot, blocked by Jace Heddick. He felt that, but it's worth the pain. Here's Lamont in the Vernon zone. Trying to roll it in front. That shot is blocked. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the third period. Express 4, Vernon 3. Express trying to win the Fred Page Cup. Dexter Danks playing it back for Riley Gunther. Right wing feed is tipped into the Express zone by McNicholas. Marks back for the puck. Give it a bump on the forecheck by Coughlin. Now Rockwood comes back trying to help out as well. Now Coughlin with it in the Express zone. He'll feed the line. Wilson lost it. Rosenthal with the breakaway. Rosenthal stopped by Smith. And he tried to go 5 hole.
That would have salted it away with just 2:19 to go.
Everyone was on.
Oh, I was standing. Everybody was standing, and as Rosenthal went in on that one.
Faceoff will be in the left of the Vernon goal. Cannon against Sparrow on the draw. Cannon turning in the corner. He has the goal tonight. Now behind the net. Gonna walk in front. Snip is down. And the puck is cleared away. Now Mulcahy to Colton Sparrow. He'll chop it in. Hit a stanchion right in on goal, and Dayfield was alert to make the save with just over 2 minutes to go.
Very smart play by Gordy Dayfield, making sure, as you're right, it hit a stanchion. It took a funny hop, as it is wont to do here. Face off to the right, as out comes Lamont, Hennig, and Boyd up against the top line.
Hennig backhanding it off the glass, not down the line, but now Hennig gets it back and skates it through center. Trying to advance the puck into the Vernon zone, can't do so. Now battle for it in front of the Vernon bench. Express quickly changing. Hennig just tying it up in his skates in front of the Vernon bench and killing some time. Doing a good job of doing it. Less than 100 seconds remaining in the third period. Now Rockwood, he'll get the puck into the Vernon zone. The Express will complete their change. 90 seconds remaining in the third period. Express lead 4-3. Colton Sparrow at center on the right wing. Now to Pursley. He had it poked off his stick. Here's Viega leading the rush in the Viper zone. Viega down the boards. He'll turn, try and shield the puck. Try and kill more time. Now in the corner to Mackin. 1:10 to go. Dylan Cantor the other way for the Vipers for Brendan Pursley, who has 2 goals tonight. Goaltender to the bench. Final minute of the third. Centering pass! And Dayfield got a pad down and made the save. Ryan Renz down the corner. Centering pass. Dayfield down. And he gets the whistle with 52.9 seconds to go.
Puts the big pad down against the post and holds it out. Vernon with 6 attackers. Do they call their timeout?
Jason Williamson talking things over. Got the whiteboard out. And
there we go.
There's the timeout. Press with 2 goals in the third period. Bo Peeper at 1:43. Adam Rockwood short-handed at 15:06. And the Express are less than a minute away from the Fred Page Cup Championship. Trying to win the league title for a second time in franchise history. Vernon trying to extend this to a game 5. I don't think there's anyone who's in this building who has doesn't have some butterflies in the stomach.
From both teams. Out for Vernon, Pursley, Sparrow, Mulcahy, Hanoun, Bryan, and Gunther. Boyd, Rosenthal, Hutter, and Viega.
Off the draw. Lamont battling. Quick shot by Mulcahy, and Dayfield makes the save and holds on with 47.3 to go.
As Mulcahy just got the puck on his stick, turned and fired.
Dayfield start aside 34, 37 shots in this one here tonight. Lamont on the draw against Sparrow. Scramble draw. Viega comes up with it. He'll start out from behind his goal, bounce it off the glass, out down the blue line. Now the Express get into Rosenthal with an empty net, but he had it poked off his stick. 35 seconds to go. Lamont sending his man down the ice and sending it into the Vernon zone. 25 to go. Puck at the Express line. Viega advancing it down the ice into the Vernon zone. This is a wide of the net for an icing with 20.4 seconds remaining in the third period.
Rosenthal was almost gone. Faceoff's going to be the left of Dayfield. I think Lamont's going to take it. Lamont, Boyd, and Rosenthal. Boyd is going to take it on this left side up against his opposing 15, Mulcahy.
Now Barry Wolf has the whiteboard out, and he's going to use his timeout and draw up the face-off assignment and responsibilities.
Crucial face-off. Express can get the puck into the corner, try to kill off the remaining 20.4 seconds here in the third.
Well, if the Express can hold on, it'll be a 6-game winning streak. They never won 6 straight games all season long. Now
no better time.
No better time is right. I'm Eddie Gregory along with Gord Dirksen. Thanks for taking some time to tune into this one here tonight. Game 4 of the Fred Page Cup Final. Express lead the series 3-0. Face off to the left of the Express goal. Now Rosenthal against Mulcahy on this face off. Vipers control. Sparrow with a shot, and Dayfield got a pat on that to make the save. Now at the line, Sparrow slap shot blocked by Rosenthal. Now it comes to Chanter. 10 seconds to go. In front, it winds it behind the net. Battle forward in the corner. Comes in front. Sparrow with a chance. And a great save by Dayfield. They score.
No, not in with a hand.
It was dropped in by a hand. No goal. No goal. Vernon gloved it in with 4/10 of a second left. But Sparrow was alone in front. And Vernon was that close to tying it. They're going to talk it over. My goodness.
The referee was right there.
No goal. They will drop the puck outside the line. And the Express will win the Fred Page Cup for a second time in franchise history.
Now, how apropos is this?
The crowd comes to their feet. They will drop the puck to make it official. The Express are 2014 Fred Page Cup BCHL champions. Can you believe it?
Well, it's been a fabulous playoff run. And I was going to say, how apropos, the winning goal,
I know.
short-handed.
I know. I thought of that right away as soon as Rockwood scored it. This team has been so good short-handed all season long.
And a short-handed goal wins them the Fred Page Cup. Everyone's still here. And you see Gardner and Razovic in their full gear now out there celebrating with the rest of their team.
Now the hardware, the banner will start to make its way to center. John Grisdale will make an appearance to officially hand the Express the Fred Page Cup for the 2014 BCHL Championship. But first, the two teams will shake hands in a sign of respect. The Vernon Vipers are a fantastic franchise, a classy franchise. Their season isn't done. They will be playing again at the RBC Cup that they will be hosting in May, but they will not be going through the front door as they try and win a 7th national championship. Who knows? These two teams may see each other once again, possibly with bigger stakes on the line than what we saw here tonight.
Just got to appreciate what the Express playoff run.
And thing too, in the final minutes, block shots by Cody Boyd, Ryan Rosenthal, Jake Penning.
Big save by Gordy Dayfield right in front of the net by Sparrow just a few seconds before it was batted in by the hand.
Saves of the Marc-Andre Fleury save off of Nick Lidstrom in Game 7 of the 2009 Stanley Cup Final.
And I got to ask you, did you expect 4 straight?
No.
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 Not a chance.
Not one bit. But hey, let's give props to this Express team, which you can genuinely say now has championship heart. They have the championship to back it up. A Fred Page Cup title.
And going into each and every series, I don't think there was anybody who really gave the Express a chance outside of this organization. We thought they had a chance against Prince George. We knew if they got to Langley, they'd have a good opportunity to beat the Rivermen. And they did that in 6. Then after losing the first game in Vernon, coming back with 2 straight against a high-flying Victoria Grizzlies to get to this Fred Page Cup final before taking Vernon 4 games straight.
So now, John Grisdale will make his presentation, hand out the medals to the players and the staff before the hardware is handed out. And congratulations to everyone in the Tri-Cities community. This is your championship too. It's always magical, Gord.
It's always fun to win a championship. We've got to see both times that the Express have won the RBC Cup.
Well, the Fred Page Cup.
The Fred Page Cup, yes.
That one hasn't been handed out as of yet. This is the first big one on the journey that will now see this Express team head to Manitoba for the Western Canada Cup. We know 2 of the other opponents, the Dauphin Kings and the Winnipeg Blues.
And Spruce Grove won tonight.
So there you go.
Just waiting for the Saskatchewan final.
Melville and Yorkton did not play tonight. And now John Grisdale will have a few words.
Let's have another congratulations on a fine season. The Vernon Viper Hockey Club. This coming May. Congratulations on a good season again for Vernon Vipers. I'd also like to really thank the fans of all BC Hockey League teams, particularly those tonight who came out to support the Vernon Express or the Coquitlam Express.
John Grisdale taking a bit of a ribbing for mentioning the Express Old Home in Burnaby.
Those of you fans, the support that you've given to our league over the years, to which where we are now. But I want to also congratulate those volunteers who work so hard in our league day after day for more functions that often don't go recognized the value they provide. What a great playoff series in the Coquitlam Express. Emblematic of a championship team, and I want to congratulate each and every player, coaches, training staff, everybody associated with the team, including the governor, Mr. Stevens, the other ownership too. Congratulations.
And now fans of the Coquitlam Express will come forward and receive their gold medals as BC Hockey Provincial Champions.
So the Express will start to get the medals placed around their neck. And then the big one will come in a few moments. Ryan Rosenthal will come to center, lift the Fred Page Cup. And Gord, who does he hand the cup to first?
I would say Gordy Dayfield.
You definitely make the case for him, who was fantastic all playoff long. I mean, it has to be a 20-year-old, you would think.
John Saunders.
Ron Saunders, such a warrior. We didn't talk a lot about him, but his physical presence, his stay-at-home play, his grit, made an impact. Cameron Marks, so steady on the back end, calm and composed.
You know, he's been here for a couple of years now.
Jackson Cressy, one of the many very, very valuable members of that fourth line, a young fourth line, providing the Express solid minutes. Chase Headache, the Coquitlam native, reacquired in the summertime. Now has the championship in his hometown. Davey Catronio, acquired at the deadline, helping stabilize that back end as well. Daniel Lang, another member of that fourth line, again providing valuable minutes all season long. Cannon Peeper, 30-goal scorer. Threat while short-handed, timely goal scorer.
Very well-rounded player.
Cody Boyd, the hammer on this Express team, really providing the physical grit. Also another hammer, smaller in stature, but you felt his presence as well. Brendan Lamont,
Junior hammer.
yes. Adam Rockwood, who will be immortalized as a Fred Page Cup winner. He's a playmaker, but he'll never forget the goal he scored here tonight. Corey Mackin played on that top line all season long, was fantastic as well, big-time goal scorer. Josh Smith, another key member of that fourth line, acquired midway through the year. Bo Peeper, he was a timely goal scorer as well. Him and brother Cannon had such chemistry playing together.
The captain, what can you say? Mendoza provides a big round of applause as he gets his medal.
Absolute heart and soul of this team.
Joey Santucci returned to the Express from the Western Hockey League. Now is the BCHL champion.
Gordy Mayfield. Nice round of applause for him. What a playoff he had.
He has a championship at least of some kind for a second consecutive year. Here's Susenko, his partner in crime between the pipes. Anthony Gardner only played 2 games in the playoffs, but was a great teammate.
And crucial 2 games, but Mark Whiteley was out.
Yep. Nick Rastovich as well. Didn't play a lot as well, but he provided grit and valuable minutes when he got an opportunity to get on the ice. Austin Anselmo, an affiliate player for the Express, played a handful of games during the regular season as well. And Colton Kerfoot, the younger brother of Alex, been practicing with the team lately. Spent most of the year with the Vancouver Northwest Giants in the BC Major Midget League. Had a great year. And now they will recognize the coaching staff. Gary Wolf, the Express head coach. His second BCHL championship, his first as the head coach.
First year with the Express.
And then his comrade, Rob Boyd, the assistant coach, providing great support to the Express bench boss. Aaron Burkowski, athletic therapist. He does a lot of the dirty work behind the scenes that no one always sees. You know, treating the players.
Keeps them out there.
Some work on equipment as well. Joey Ali, the Express goaltending coach. He and Gordy and Pierce obviously did a lot of work together throughout the course of the year. Craig Carter, head scout, been in this league a long time. Gets his first BCHL championship. And now, I think we're just moments away from the moment we've all been waiting for. Nope. One more medal to be handed out. To the stick boy. Teresa Batista's son. Been with the team for a number of years. And now the moment this team has been waiting for 8 years. Here comes Ryan Rosenthal to accept the Fred Page Cup.
He wants to take it from Griswold so bad.
There it is.
There you go.
Ryan Rosenthal lifting the Fred Payton Cup Championship. As your Fred Payton Cup champions begin to celebrate, and Zach Hodder is second to get it, followed by Gordy Dayfield, I believe. Yes,
Yep.
it is. They'll all get their opportunity to lift it, kiss it, do what they want with it. Mark Whiteley, a 20-year-old as well.
Started with Langley this season, went to Salmon Arm.
Yep. And now Bo. Bo knows hardware. Bo knows the Fred Payton Cup now. J.D. Castronio, a chance to hoist it. This is a magical day. One these players will not forget for the rest of their lives. Congratulations to everybody. Players, coaching staff, support staff. Enjoy this moment.
Volunteers.
Yes.
You know, they put in a lot of hours.
And there's a number of people who've been with this franchise for a long time, so they get a chance to enjoy some of this too. There's Bo with Freddie. Freddie stays in the lower mainland. Art Viega, chance to lift it. You know, in 2005, Surrey won the Fred Payton Cup. Who followed? In 2006, the Express.
Yep.
In 2013, Surrey won the Fred Payton Cup. Who follows in 2014? The Express. I
Like that pattern.
So do I. Adam Rockwood, from Coquitlam native, graduated from Centennial across the street, lifting Freddie.
Corey Mackin came from Ontario, going to be here another year.
What about this team in the third period of the playoffs? They've outscored their opposition 28-12.
Picking up 2 goals.
When the games were at their most crucial point, the Express found a way to raise theirs and get it done.
And you know, the parents of these young men,
Yeah.
you know how happy they are. You know, they put in a lot of hours in minor hockey, and the ones that are local get to come and watch the games, and the ones from out of town enjoying this late into the night, probably back home.
Yeah. And now the boys have come to center ice for the picture. That famous picture. These kids will remember it forever. And they will celebrate this Fred Payton Cup championship.
Well, what a team. What a battling team this was. You know, they just did not give up. They came at you constantly.
You can hear the hooting and the hollering.
A lot of the fans still here enjoying this with the Express. And a good-sized crowd here tonight, too.
Yes. To watch a really good game. Back and forth. Express opened the scoring. Vernon tied it. Express retook the lead. And then Vernon took the lead. And then the Express pulled away when it mattered most in the third period. And the celebration at center ice is the result of the final product.
Still taking pictures with the cup.
got a new top, I think. I think the previous one's been damaged in previous years. You look at some of the older pictures in recent years, I think some of it's been bent.
Well, the journey continues for the Express when they go to Dauphin, Manitoba. At the end of this month?
Yep.
April 25th to May 4th. For the Western Canada Cup.